everybody, it's Caroline here, and this is the second layout that I'm creating with the March Best of Both Worlds kit. And this design features a quadrant background, so using 6x6 papers from the paper pad to create that 12x12 background. I'm using one photo, and the sketch that Shamel provided, she actually included a border around her page, so she built up her page against a background. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, so I'm going to create without the border and then decide as I go if I want to add the border in. I want to tell the story about how important my craft room is to me, so I've taken a photo of my feet on my new rug in my craft room, and because it's a really soft and feminine space, lots of white and lots of pink, I've already pulled out the 4 papers that I want to use for my background, and they're all lovely soft pink patterns, and then one floral, and I think a kind of I'd describe it as a kind of geometric diamond shape on the top right there. Really love the papers, love how they look together, and love how they look with the photo, so that's really, really good. I've already got a saturated pink pattern as well. You can see that just on the bottom left of my screen. That's going to be my photo mat for the photo, so that it helps the photo to pop out. And then the remaining design for this is going to be a 3x4 journaling card over on the left hand side. Shamel actually used a strip of tickets because she recommended a ticket die as part of this kit, which I didn't purchase, but I do know there are some ticket papers in the 6x6 pads, so I've got that in my mind. So the tickets would go on the right hand side, the title goes above, and there was a subtitle below, and then there was a scatter of embellishments on the left and right of the photo. So nothing on a diagonal this time, and just 2 areas of embellishment on the sketch. So that is what I will be working with, and I'm going to be trialling inking my edges in a distress oxide for the first time. And that is the aged mahogany dioxide. I tested it out on one of these pieces of paper, and it looks really, really nice, so I'm glad to be doing that. So what I'll be doing now is putting things on fast forward and taking you along to show you how I put this page together. So step 1 is just to assemble that background. I'm just using a scrap piece of 12x12 paper, so I've trimmed it down a little bit, and at this point this is full 12x12. There is no border. As I said at the beginning, I'm going to decide if I want to add that border in, and the design that on the sketch calls for a piece of paper, a paper layer that will sit under the photo, and then a 3x4 card to the left of that with those tickets sitting underneath the photo on the right hand side. So what I'm doing at the moment is trying to find a good 3x4 card that I'll be able to use as my journaling. I've actually just popped just a scrap of paper that I'm not going to use as my paper layer there for now, just to have a look at what that's going to just to kind of hold a space really for the full scrap of paper. And I'm just looking through my stash for that 3x4 card, and realizing at this point that rainbow paper is going to hold me back from using these journaling cards really badly. So I think my next layout that I use with this kit, I'm going to have to cut into that rainbow paper, either for one of the journaling cards or to use the paper itself, just so that I stop procrastinating and stop making it so precious in my mind, because I really love the rainbow paper, so it's holding me back from using it for anything else. You will have seen the 6x4 pink journaling card from the Simple Stories collection pop across the screen briefly earlier, and that's what I'm going to use as my 3x4 card. So now I'm just looking for a nice bright colour to go as a paper layer under my photo, and I've already pulled out some scraps that I had that have that ticket shape, and I'm going to fussy cut those and layer those underneath the right hand side of my photo. Now I've left a little bit of a kind of saturated teal edge on those ticket shapes, so for that reason I've decided to bring a lighter version of that pepperminty tealy green, and that's the piece of paper that I'm putting at the moment as a paper layer underneath. It helped to bring a different part of that colour to another side of the page. It was going to be really stark having those tickets with the green standing out against lots and lots of pink, so having that green layer on the left hand side of the photo as well helps to soften everything down and also to repeat the colour nicely. I've got that 6x4 card there on the left hand side of the screen ready to layer up underneath, and I do make a bit of a mistake in a moment. Again, trying to stretch my stash, I decide to cut it into a 3x4 card so that I can use the other piece for another journaling spot, and it doesn't layer quite as nicely as I would have liked it to have done. And with hindsight, I wish I'd have just kept it as a 6x4 card layered up underneath, so you would have had that hint of a pink underneath the green layer, but I didn't, so it's fine. I will cover up the little awkward space that is created with some embellishments in a short while, and it's just one of those learning curves to look ahead and visualize what things will look like when they become a little bit smaller, but in the end I'm really happy with the project and how things work out, and I didn't actually need that much space for my story, so it's fine. And bonus is that I've got another piece of that 3x4 for another project. I'm just adding some additional adhesive now. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I like to just lightly tack things, and then I like to secure things. So looking at how things are going to build up now, I know I'm going to have my title above the photo with the possibility of a subtitle under the photo, and then that embellishment cluster above the pink card on the left hand side, and then as part of the tags on the right hand side. Now I know I need to cover up the top of that 3x4 card because I cut it in half, so it's only half a centimetre, so it makes no sense whatsoever, and so it's fine. I'm just looking for some stickers from these Pink Fresh sticker books so that I can start to layer things up, mainly to cover that partial sentiment, but also to start my embellishment cluster here on the top left. I actually decided to bring in one of the stickers from the Simple Story sticker book, sticker sheet. That is that every moment counts in the centre of the page. And once I brought that in, I decided that I'm just going to go crazy and just add more embellishments. And I think that's one of my learning curves from working with a kit. Again, you know, I haven't done 12x12 pages prior to this year for quite a long time, so I'm normally very sparing with embellishments and my stash, and buying the kits each month, or so far this year, has really shifted my style. I'm enjoying adding in more than I normally would have done, because if they're not on my page and they're in my stash, then they're probably not going to get used. So it's been really, really nice to try to use up everything, or as much as I possibly can, each month from the kit. And yes, it's meaning that the pages have got a little bit more on them than they normally would have done with my normal style, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying adding in fun stickers. You'll see in a short while I'm going to add in that pink typewriter. I don't have a pink typewriter in my craft room. I wish I did, but it was just nice. It fits nicely with the design, it fits well with the embellishment triangle, and I probably wouldn't have used that pink typewriter on another page if it had just gone into my sticker stash. So really enjoying adding in lots of different things onto pages, and making pages that are really, really pretty. Now I've added my title up where it was on the sketch, so above the photo. I was a bit disappointed that I didn't get it to fit in on one line, so I've got that break, but that's okay. And I did decide to add my second embellishment cluster at the bottom right of the photo rather than on the horizontal where it was on the sketch. And because I did that, this is why I decided to add in that third embellishment area. So I'm going to use that typewriter and the little banner, because it suddenly it felt strange moving that embellishment cluster down to the bottom right of the photo. It suddenly felt a little off balance, whereas adding in a third embellishment cluster, so that embellishment triangle, worked really nicely. It just helped things to feel nice and cohesive and like it was meant to be. So this is where I just decided I'm going to add in more. So I'm going to bring in, why not? I'm going to bring in the layered stickers from Pink Fresh. I'm only going to add 2 of those on because that typewriter is quite a big embellishment piece already, and it just would have felt too heavy with one of the pieces up there, but it looks really, really nice with these other 2 embellishment clusters. And I'm really, really happy with how it looks. You'll notice that I have added in not a subtitle but a second part of the title under the photo in the position on the sketch for the subtitle, and I'm really happy that I did that because it helps to balance things out by having that nice teal alpha down the bottom as well. And I've just added in a few enamel dots into those 3 embellishment clusters, and it looks really lovely. I've decided not to go ahead and add in a border, just to leave things exactly as they are, and that is this one done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and if you don't already, please subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!